Greetings and aloha and good morning from the dome. What's going on? It's Mike from myassout.com, and I'm happy to report that it was pretty cool. It's the glamping thing, right? So therefore the bed inside is, well, and also, like I mentioned before, he's been here 77 days. He's been open 77 days. He actually just asked me if I wanted breakfast. I forgot that breakfast was included. So, but I'll give you a much better look of it now. Look at it now, rather. Now that it's sunrise, drinking my coffee as I walk around, which is okay if it's got a mug with a huge handle, but this is the pretty standard coffee cup where your finger just goes through the holder. But so went to the market last night. That was or actually what it ended up doing is I drove down the street, tried to find the market, couldn't find the market, but then of course ran across a 7-Eleven, so got like some waters and stuff. But then just went over to Tesco Lotus, and they had a 5-star chicken there, and I thought, okay, well that'll be easy. So I just got that, because I mean I don't eat much to begin with, so I just got like a few pieces of chicken, bag of sticky rice, and water, and I was good. And then when I was in 7-Eleven, I went to buy these little things of cookies for 10 baht that I like, and when I got to the register, she says, oh, 2 for 1. So I said, okay, force me, I'll go get my second one. And so that was nice. Little wins, my friends, little wins. But you hear this? I heard this all night. I heard a little bit of talking to my neighbor, but they were literally just like talking. And I think there was literally only one time last night where I thought, well, you know what? I mean, they're a couple, right? And of course I go to bed at like, 8:30. And so I thought, well, they're certainly not making any ridiculous amount of noise. And one time she like laughed really loud, which is like, okay, well, that's what life's all about, right? I'm not gonna chastise the people next door for that. They certainly were not rambunctious. They were not disruptive. They were incredibly lovely. And the other nice thing, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, right? But especially for me, I don't know Thai, right? So all I hear is like in the Peanuts characters, like wah, 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 right? I mean, obviously, but the point is it's not really distracting, because it's just sort of like background noise. It's not as awesome as this background noise, but the point is it's stuff that I can't understand, and I can't make it out. And so I've discovered that for that reason, that when there's sort of like chatter in the background, it's very easy to just sort of ignore it and tune it out. And so that makes it more pleasant. So that's nice. You know what I think I missed doing? I think I missed coming down last night and seeing these lights on. I saw the lights on in the rest of the place, but it was also getting towards the time of rain. And so because of that, I made a conscious decision to not stand outside. And I ended up just going inside. Then, let me see if I can, I'm gonna put this down just in case I'm unable to maneuver myself on one of these appropriately. Oh, and the nice thing about the wood that he's used here, even though it poured rain last night, it's really, really hard, dense wood. So it's a little damp, but it hasn't like absorbed the rain all last night. Anyway, so after I got into the tent, it started raining a lot. And as you might guess, that noise, even the little spitting rain, was nice on the top there. It didn't leak in the slightest. The air conditioning worked great. I mean, it's a brand new unit, and I was actually quite surprised at how little heat transfer occurred there. Now, to be fair, it's December, right? And I'm in Thailand, and so yes, it's humid, but it's not as far as I'm concerned, it's not really hot. It's warm and it's pleasant, but you know, I mean, I had the AC set at 27, and outside it was maybe like 29, but with humidity, right? So 28, 29. So anyway, it was great. Even though it really wasn't raining, because it started raining, you know how it rains like a crazy, really, right? And then it begins to just sort of let up, and then it's just sort of cloudy. So it was a very common behavior around here, and that's what happened last night. But I will say that the one downside, which again, you know, you're camping, right? Is you got to walk outside of the tent and then outdoors, meaning you're on a platform that has been exposed to the weather, and it's not completely, it doesn't have a completely perfect slope to it, and so therefore when it stops raining, the water will still sort of collect there. It evaporates quite quickly, and most of it was gone this morning, but it was still getting out of the tent, walking, you know, in wet ground over to the sink to like wash my face, or to the shower / toilet area to use the restroom. So, but again, you know, and I'll tell you, I don't know whether he's done this intentionally or whether we just lucked out last night. There were no mosquitoes, like zero. That was really nice. Because I don't know about you, but one of the things that I always sort of run into when I'm camping is mosquitoes. So anyway, I'm gonna give it a giant thumbs up. I really honor the guy for a lot of what he's done, not the least of which, quite frankly, is he's charging an appropriate amount. I mean, it was 1,500 baht for that, but this is like a boutique thing, and it includes breakfast. I will say that the Wi-Fi was basically unusable, in the sense that when I was able to connect to it, I was able to get adequate speed, but it wouldn't stay connected. And so I don't know where the access point is or whatever relative to me, but at the end of the day, I used LTE by my carrier, AIS, and I just hotspotted to my phone, and I watched Netflix all night long without any sort of jitter or whatever. Yeah, well, not all night long, for a couple hours, then went to sleep. Certainly was able to communicate with Gracie on WhatsApp and that sort of thing, and checked in on my messages and emails. But I tried not to do a whole lot of that. Pretty much it was just like using WhatsApp with Gracie and then Netflix. And because I'm camping, right? So this is what it's pretty much been all night. I anticipate, because of the weather, the waves are going to be like this for the remainder of certainly today. Who knows what the weather's going to be the next couple of days, but again, I'm very excited that I have the car, because just driving to the market last night is very easy in a car, but by the time I got back, because I just checked it out, I had driven round trip about 22 kilometers. But of course, that doesn't take a long time, right? When you're going like 60 to 80 kilometers an hour on these little roads, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just go down the street. But on a motorbike, that would have been really uncomfortable. It poured rain in areas on the way I was home for like, 60 seconds even. But again, like that, it's just like jumping into a pool riding a motorcycle. So yeah, so the car has definitely been a huge win. And the whole like just driving around with no reservations, and then finding a place like this that I couldn't even imagine a place like this would exist. I just drove by, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a geodesic dome. And I have loved geodesic domes since I was probably 13, 14 years old, and like rode away for books about kit houses that you could buy, learned all about Buckminster Fuller and why he designed it that way. I mean, it's very interesting, the design of the house. Always said to myself, if I ever like bought a plot of land in the middle of nowhere where like none of the neighbors would bug me, or there wouldn't be any sort of like homeowners association nonsense, I would absolutely put in a geodesic dome. Because a lot of people think, wow, that doesn't look normal. It's not like, but it is the best solution. It's so great. And can be very modular depending upon how you buy it. So he is being really gracious, and I really appreciate this. But I definitely want to show this to you guys, because this is like the this is VIP camping right here, guys. This isn't just glamping. This is the big deal. I really wish it wasn't raining last night, because I really wanted to try out the Chet trampoline. Oh, this one? Okay, cool. But the beanbag chairs, I will tell you, are incredibly comfortable. So I used mine inside, but all right, cool. Let's check out. Let's have a look inside. And you said these are normally 3,000? 3,500?
3,000, and can sleep not over 6 person.
6 people. Yeah. 6 people, you guys, in this.
With breakfast.
Oops. With breakfast. Oh, that's true. Yeah, and I have to try the breakfast actually. All the beds are king size?
Yeah, and up have one bed.
And upstairs. So you got, these are like, you know, luxury beanbag chairs. Beautiful tile in here. I didn't realize that. Of course, the bottoms of my feet are a little wet, so I want to make sure this is the same. Oops, sorry. Where's the thing? Oh, right. Yeah. So he puts all the lights on in a single spot. But look at that. I mean, this is camping, you guys. This is gorgeous. All right, hold on. Let me check out upstairs. This is in every unit, which is nice. I had some 3-in-1 this morning. Large fridge inside this unit, actually. And I will say one of the things I like about the stairs going up to my unit is that on the metal here, when it gets wet, it's got that like tape that's got sand in it, you know? But look at this. I mean, this is the fort that you like fantasized about when you were a kid and you were building it in your backyard. But he's got like beautiful windows, AC unit up there. There's tons of power. I'm gonna actually have to ask him why he decided on that. Because from my perspective, from an engineer's perspective, you put outlets everywhere. And every time you run a wire to a wall, you don't put in a dual power outlet, you put in 4. But he's got 3-prong, so I was able to plug in my laptop and watch Netflix. But he's got 2-prong everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere you'd want one. He doesn't just have one. He's got one here, you could put it in the coffee maker or do it with the others. Super modern breaker box. Just great fixtures. I mean, he's really done a wonderful job. And as of today, day 78, right? 78 days?
Yeah.
Today, yeah. So that's great. All right, awesome. I'm gonna go have some breakfast. I just thought of something. So now, actually, I just drove by and saw it. But Chet, how do people make reservations? Facebook reservation?
Yes, I have page.
Okay.
The camper resort.
Camper resort.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can talk in page Facebook.
Okay, in Messenger.
Yeah.
Okay, great, cool. So while I could get closer to the beach and I could sit over there, that's actually for a lot more people. So I'm gonna let other people use that for their breakfast. I'm gonna sit here and eat my breakfast, which quite frankly still has a pretty darn good view. Plus it has my new friend, which I'm gonna name Gracie. So that way Gracie is always traveling with me. So that is Gracie, the pink flamingo, because Gracie and I have seen pink flamingos before. And I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna eat my breakfast. I'm actually gonna research and figure out where this guy, what company this guy in China, he buys these from. But I'm thinking having one of these like in Gracie's farm would be so cool. I bet the kids would love it and we can stay in it once we're up there. And really all you gotta do is build a really good base and then attach the canvas to the bottom. And then after that, then you need to spend, we wouldn't install an air conditioner, but you need to spend a serious amount of energy on making sure there is 0 mold, get the humidity out of there, and that sort of thing. So that would probably be the biggest challenge, quite frankly, for a unit like this. But I'm really excited. I highly recommend the camper. I'm gonna put a link to it below. I'm gonna put a link to like his Facebook and a Google Maps link. And you know, I may take some photos and like share them on my Facebook for some pictures and stuff. But he's a really nice guy. This is a really excellent place. I highly encourage you to depart with your money here because the experience is really fantastic. So anyway, with that, it's Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com saying I hope you're living the dream. Because if you're not living the dream, then you might just be like cruising by a place and say, oh, well, that place looks different than the others. I'm not gonna stop there. And I highly encourage you to look at places that are potentially different and absolutely stop there. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna go have some breakfast.